Am I being naughty?
You're in charge.
I-
Whatever you want to do.
Really?
Dangerous.
That is dangerous. It is a danger that you're given when you're told that you're in control. It's a danger you must abandon when you realize you're not in control. Sandy, my man, you are like me, Andy, but so much more. You're like me with a And at first I wondered to myself, what is that? And then I realized it's talent. My favorite part of that song is mysterious. I like how you go high and you go loud, but then you come back to mysterious. It's wonderful. That song says the exact same thing. Am I going to do that the whole time? I could. That's cool. Okay, that's good. I like that. Can you still hear me? How about at home? I don't know if you're nodding. Okay. But that song, it says the exact same thing that Marie read in the Tao Te Ching. It says the exact same thing. There is this something that we call these different names. There is this something that we express, that we know is there, but it's still mysterious. The Tao Te Ching is where it all began for me. In some ways. See, when I was 15, I woke up. And what I love about that term, woke up, because it's an analogy, it's a symbol. It's used, the Buddha, it's not his name, it's not Mr. Buddha. It means awakened one who has awoken. What I love about that title, about using awakened as the process, as the beginning of what we're doing here, is it means that there was something before that I was asleep to. It means that there was something around me that I did not see. I couldn't hear it, I couldn't taste it, I couldn't touch it, but it was there. I just was asleep. So when I woke up, there was this whole life spread out before me. The kingdom of heaven, as Jesus says. And it was everywhere. It was within me, it was within my neighbors, it was within trees and the earth. And it happened through this. That, thank you. When I do that and no one laughs, then it's kind of pointless. But that's how it happened. It wasn't religion. It wasn't sacred text. What Mormons knocking on my door? It was humor. I found out when I was 15 that I had a gift. I had a gift to reach into people. Did I wake you up? I had a gift to reach into people and open them up to the humor of being alive. And when they laughed, and when I laughed, and when we laughed together, I experienced something. I experienced a connection. All of a sudden, there was something in me that was in them, that was between us, that was beyond us. It was everywhere, and it was evoked just through the simple act of laughing. Of course, at the time, I didn't know what it was. I didn't even know what questions to ask. All I know is I have to follow it. Wherever it goes, I have to follow it. Wherever it takes me, maybe into theater and dance, maybe into Chicago, into improv, and into one-man shows, maybe to LA, maybe to performing for people, maybe to writing and to listening and to speaking and to just more laughter. Yay, more. But it wasn't enough. It was never enough. I kept feeding myself. It's like every time people laughed, I just wanted to take some of it. rub it all over myself. But then, my mother sent me a book, The Tao of Willie. The Tao of Willie Nelson. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. That's good. That's cool. Yeah. I was a big fan of the Willie. Loved Willie. I loved his voice. I loved the way he spoke. I loved the way he seemed to talk and sing at the same time. The way he just rode this melody. I call him the Frank Sinatra of country music because it's not that he follows the melody follows him. I love this book. I loved it so much. I read it from cover to cover and I digested it, and it had nothing to do with Willie. I didn't care about Willie. But something spoke to me in that book. Something, an idea. When I read it, there was a... Did you hear that? There was an echo. Everything that I had been experiencing through laughter, everything that I had been looking for in other people and in myself and between us was all contained in this one word, Tao. What was that? I had to know. I had an insatiable desire to know what the Tao was and how it related to what I was experiencing, this unity, this peace, this beauty that was right there. So I went to the bookstore. I did a little research. And I came across the Tao Te Ching. And I opened it up. And I read the first lines. The lines that Marie read to you just a few moments ago. And my entire life shifted. It was in there. In those first words, everything that I had come to experience was described. The journey that I didn't know at the time that I had just begun to walk was in those words. The Tao that can be known is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. As the origin of heavens and earth, it is nameless. As the mother of all things, it is nameable. So we should look at both. Its inner essence, its outer aspects. Both are mysteries. Both come from the same source, and we are drawn to both of them. It said so much about what I was experiencing, and it says so much about each and every one of you, because you feel it, don't you? You feel it, don't you? Yeah. Yes! I feel something. It's the drive of humanity. It's what it means to be a human. You see, there's lots of living things all around us. We live in a universe of living things. We are a hierarchy of living things that are a part of a hierarchy of living things. We are amazing. But this entity here, if I want to call it Andy for a moment, if I want to say I am a human being, a homo sapien, a thinking person, we are a bit different than any other entity, any other living thing that we've come across thus far. We can say, I'm here. We can say, I exist. And we can ask, what does that mean? What does it mean that I'm here? What does it mean that we exist? We have the capacity for self-reflection. We can look at our lives, my hands, my feet, my body, these trees, this grass, this food, the taste, the sunshine, the planets, the stars. What is up there? What's going on with my mind? How does it create? How does it react? What is this thing called life? That's the human condition. You are all fascinated. You are all curious about everything around you. That's why you stay up so late at night, because your mind's just revolving. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? Why did I do this? What will I do tomorrow? What will I do the next day? Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's just part of being human. It's cool. And we have even developed a system of inquiry based on that curiosity. You know what it's called? Say it together. Science. Seems like we're like in a lecture hall, it's kind of biological university or something. Science. Science is based on our innate curiosity as human beings. Biology, physics, psychology, sociology, philosophy, science of mind. It's all based on this drive to know what on earth is going on here, penetrating the depths on a journey into the known. It's a journey the Tao talks about. Study the myriad of things. Look at its outer aspects. Increase the known. Science is concerned with one thing, increasing the known. How much can we know? How much can we know as a people about how we live, about how we relate to other people, about our place in the universe, all to increase the amount that we can know. And it's always increasing. With every generation, more knowledge, more understanding. And it's slow, and yes, some people are at the bottom saying, stop learning so much, I'm left behind. But you can't stop the bar of common sense. Do you know what common sense is?
No.
You don't? Looks like someone lacks a little common sense. Common sense. Two things. One, it's common. It's common. It's something we all share as a people. Yes, we're on different degrees of it, but as a people, as humanity, as a society, we are growing in common sense. It's common to all of us. We have a standard that's being raised with every generation. Beautiful. Second, it's sense. I know, right? You're like, dude. Hold on a minute. You mean those two words mean what those two words mean? Sense. How many of you got a body? Raise your hand. Be proud of it. Come on. You got a body. Come on. You got a body. It's cool. All of us do. We're human beings. We share a tool. This tool that we use to navigate the world. We share 5 senses. Senses. Taste, touch, smelling, hearing, sight. Common sense means that we have a common experience of the world, and what we know about that common experience is steadily increasing. We are raising the bar. Check this out. Did you know? I'm getting to my lecture mode. Did you know that at one point in history, it was common sense that the earth was flat? It was common sense. It was common to all of us, and it's what our senses told us. We walked outside. Ooh, flat. Go up on that tree, climb the tree. Ooh, flat. Get up on the mountain. Ah, slightly flat. We all believed something. It was common to all of us. It was based on our perspective. But then that perspective was challenged by folks who said, what if we look at this thing from a little further back, and a little further back, and a little further back? And now it's common sense for most of us that we live on a globe. And it's common sense that this globe is in a universe of other globes and stars. It used to be common sense that we were the center of the universe. Now we reside on, as Carl Sagan says it, a pale blue dot. And that's just biology. Did you know that it used to be common sense that your race dictated how good you were as a person? Did you know that it used to be common sense that a man could only fall in love with a woman and vice versa? But observation and the bar of what can be known will not stop increasing. Because when I see love, I see love. And it tells me something. When I see my fellow human being, I see my fellow human being. And it tells me something. We just had MLK Day about a week or so ago. And I agree with what he told us. The arc of the universe is long, but it bends toward justice. It bends toward unity. It's not just a bar that's bending, it's a bar that's rising. What we know, what we can know, how we relate to one another, how we can save this environment we're living in. We're figuring stuff out every day, and yes, there are those that are saying, stop, stop, stop. But it's not going to stop. What we can know, this journey into the known, will increase every single day. And guess what? This is full of guess whats. I love it. I love guess whats. Because then you're like, what? And it makes everything else I say after that so important because you had to wait for it. The amount we can know on this journey into the known is finite. The amount we can know on this journey into the known is finite. Yes, the universe is incomprehensibly large and expanding actually faster than we can observe it. Yes, every time we break open something like an atom and the things that are in an atom, every time we break one of those open, there's more stuff. It's like, this was supposed to be the last time. But it's still part of a finite existence made of material things. And yes, we may never get it all. Yes, we may never understand it all. Yes, as a species, we will change and develop into other species before we get what's going on. But the amount that we can know is finite, which means as we increase the known, as that bar of common sense rises, guess what decreases? The unknown. The amount we don't know yet. And sure, it's vast and it's large, but it's getting smaller every day. And there are those who will say this. What we're doing here in this room, what they're doing across the world on Sunday mornings, Saturday nights, Wednesday nights, this thing we call religion. If science is a journey into the known, religion is a journey into the unknown, which means it will become less and less necessary. As the bar increases, as the known increases and the unknown decreases, religion will become less and less and less needed. Heck, some say it's already not needed because we know so much. Isn't it sexy how much we know? You ready for this? It's time for me to blow your mind. This might hurt a little bit, but I think it needs to be said. This beautiful planet we live on and its surrounding brothers and sisters was not created in 7 days. You do not come from a mythological couple who talked to a serpent, and you were not born into original sin. beneath the bar of common sense. The sun is not pulled through the sky by a chariot. And it is not winter. Well, it's supposed to be winter. When I practiced this, it was winter. 12 hours ago. It's not winter because Persephone is stuck in Hades and her mother is pissed off. And no matter how much you petition God, God won't take away your pain. God won't take away your sadness. God won't cure your cancer. And God won't bring your loved ones back. As the bar rises, a lot is left to superstition. And yes, if religion is a journey into the unknown, I think it's just about become pointless. Thank you. Stop. So let you sit with that. Man, that's depressing. I've dedicated my entire life to a pointless endeavor. Man, that's good stuff. But that's not what religion is about, is it? You see, religion is not a journey into the unknown. That's not what the Tao says. The Tao that can be known is not the Tao. Religion is a journey into the unknowable. Religion is a journey into the mystery of life. Religion is a path to the dark, quiet spaces between us. Religion wants to get you somewhere. Religion wants you to let go and allow. Science is concerned with increasing the known. That's their job. And yes, it's a wonderful job. The Tao speaks about it. You are scientists. And you should learn as much as you can about your lives. Every day when you experience something, you learn more about what it means to be alive, how to take care of your body, how to take care of this planet, how to love your neighbor, how to walk, how to talk more beautifully. Yes, that's science. And that's where religion begins. A descent into the very mystery of being alive, letting go and allowing that silence to speak to and through you. It's not about knowing something. It's not about learning something. It's not about gaining information. It's about letting go. I spoke about this earlier. Last night I went to see the Rolling Stones. What? It was at the North Carolina Symphony. But still, the North Carolina Symphony was playing the Rolling Stones. It was amazing. And science can tell you what happens when 1,500 people are together. Science can tell you how the body changes when you're in that space. Science can tell you what happens to the mind when music hits the earlobes. Science can tell you what a wave of music is and what harmony is and how they fit together. It's a wonderful thing. Look at how much we know. Yay! But science can't tell you what it's like to listen to music. Science can tell you what a rainbow is, but it can't tell you why it's beautiful. Science can tell you that, guess what? We are in pairs because it's evolutionarily acceptable. Because it's good for our species to pair up and to take care of our children. It's about the promulgation of the species. But they can't tell you what it's like to be in love. That is a mystery. And you know, when you're with someone you love for a long time, the mystery just gets deeper. And one day you wake up and you say, I don't know why I love you. Believe me, I don't. But I do. It's a mystery that I want to dive into every day of my life. Knowledge is finite. There's only so much stuff you can learn. Guess what? You're here for a finite amount of time. I'm sorry. We're material beings. This thing will only be here for a time. So, man, soak it up. Soak it up. Wake up. Soak it up. Learn. But nothing can compare to the depths of the mystery that you experience in the spiritual path, in religion, in music, in art, in beauty, in the places, the spaces of your life where you find that voice. It's bottomless. It's bottomless. And the more you go into it, the more it's there. And the more you don't know. I'm a very religious person. And I bet some of you are too. But is our religion one of the unknown? Or is our religion one of the unknowable? Everything we say, everything we do, everything we learn about ourselves, how the mind works, every name that we give God that Sandy sings so beautifully about, that is just the beginning. Awakening is just the beginning. You know how I do this every week? It's a process. It's a spiritual process. It started when I was 15, and I've been doing it ever since, because no one stopped me yet. And I don't know why. But I start with an idea. And then I write down everything I know about it. And then I get rid of most of it. And I come up with one idea, one thing. And I say, yeah, I know that. I know that. The realm of the known. Whew, that bar of common sense. I just look at it. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Yeah, I'm going to talk about you. That's right. All morning long. Okay. And then I turn and I walk away. Because this is just the beginning. This is just where it begins. If I want to really do this, we want to really do this is just where we start. Then I have to lose myself in the mystery of it all. And sometimes Thursday night comes, and Friday night comes, and Saturday night comes, and I'm like, I gotta talk tomorrow about something. But I have faith. That's what faith is. Faith has nothing to do with this knowledge, belief systems. That's where it begins. Faith is bathing in the mystery of life and trusting that it will inform you, even though you have no idea what it is. It's about silence. It's about space. And it's about that which is unknowable. All these are going to change. All these are going to fade and become new things, new expressions. Except that one. I'm so glad that I don't have mythic ancestors who lived in a garden. I'm so glad that the earth wasn't created in 7 days, because now I can really get into the mystery. Now when I read those texts, I can be informed by not my belief about that, but by the God speaking in that. And there it is. That's the mystery. Will you pray with me? It is not time for me to petition an anthropomorphic deity. It is not time for me to beckon to a God that's going to save me. It's not time for me to know. It's time for me to unknow. It's time for me to move out of my own way. It's time for me to lose myself in the mystery of being alive. To empty myself and find that there is a peace. There is a love. There is a joy. Right at the center. Today I am grateful for being alive. I'm thankful for the experience of living. I'm thankful for my frailty. Thankful for my limited knowledge. I'm thankful for what I know and what I've come to know through living. I'm thankful for tomorrow, the unknown. Thankful for my own death, the unknown. They will be revealed to me. But most of all, I am thankful for the unknowable that moves through me into this. And though I don't know it, I am here with it, and it is here with me. Right here. There is a peace, there is a love, there is a joy at the center of your being as well. It's time to find it. Thank you. Amen. And so it is.